Good evening, everybody. This is Monday Night Quack. I am DM Stewart 1981. Alongside me in the booth is Captain Nerd 2. We've got an interesting race for you tonight. Why don't you tell us about the incentives and the blursings, and then I'll come back and tell you all about the flags.
Okay. Apparently, we got two runners are using they're running. We got one runner that's running two black mages, a white mage, and a fire, while our other racer, Davian Hawk, is running a fire, a red mage, a black mage, and a white mage.
So what do we got about? What are our party blursings? What are the blursings for these particular classes?
Fighter, we have he gets a plus 10 magic defense and plus 10 luck. The black mage has a plus 20 vitality, plus 2 level 1 MP. White mage is a bonus res TFD, whatever that is.
Thunder, fire, and I forget what D is.
Death. It's probably death. Okay.
Death. Thank you, Sofnum.
And also, white mage has elemental magic. Now, thief, he has like plus. He has. Oh, okay. Wood armor shield helmet set, which is at evade, plus equip shield. And red mage has a plus 20 hit percentage, plus 10 vitality.
Okay, I am having trouble seeing the restream.
Yes, I can see it, but it seems going bit too fast. I couldn't even see what spells were there.
Yeah, no, I have no visual on the restream at all.
Okay. Oh.
There we are. We are. Now I can see it. We've got Herbie B is through Garland. That's a canal
and a ship.
So some of our map edits are not really going to be relevant at this point. So we've got some map edits in this. Flag set. Our map edits are River to Melmond. We've got the River to Melmond. We've got the extended open progression, which gives us a walking path from Dwarves down to Northwest Castle Marsh Elf. We've got Northern Docks, so we've got docks that will get you to Onrak, that will get you to Desert. We've got the Lefane River Dock, which lets you park your ship at the river, or which lets you park your ship where that lake will now empty out into the sea. We've got the Gaia Mountain Pass, which will let you walk from that lake up to Gaia. And all of these are important because there's no floater in this flag set.
Well, apparently, Davian Hawk has already beaten Beaky and his pirates, and he has gotten the Oh, the herb.
And the cube will be in Volcano. The cube will be Volcano somewhere on the armory floor. So our incentive locations, we have Random Ice Cave, Vanilla Ordeals location, Random Volcano, Random Sea Shrine, Vanilla Sky Palace location, Corneria Locked, and Cardia Islands. And now you may ask, with no floater, how do we get those Cardia Islands chests? We have Dragon's Horde turned on, and that Dragon's Horde will give us a... that Dragon's Horde will put all of the chests from Cardia there next to Bahamut, and the incentive chest is the one directly behind Bahamut. And that is a bottle from the Sages and Ruby in Ice Cave.
Okay, now we got Shumbabi heading into Bahamut's lair to check the incentive chests.
So what this will... So this is our duckling. That is a crystal.
Right behind Bahamut.
That being the incentive location chest. So what? One of the interesting things about Floaterless is that it can change a lot of your routing because it changes where you have to park to get places. I would love to see Matoya with the tail. Classic gamer. I agree with you there.
Yeah, that'd probably be...
yes,
I'd probably be laughing right now. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
The free bridge is on, Softenum. I want to give a big shout out to our restreamer, FlowerPower718, and our trackers, Maple and Softenum. Thank you both. Thank you all for helping out with this broadcast tonight. This is our Duckling Boot Camp flags. The Duckling program is our program for new racers to help get them into the swing of how this stuff works. We have plenty of very well known or very good runners who will teach you how to beat them. Fabian Hawk and Herbie B on our screen are both ducklings. Sonny Rath is a platypus, which is our graduates from the duckling program, if I recall correctly. And Shoom is a very experienced runner.
Oh, from Matoya we have the adamant.
Come on. Fetch quest chain into tail. Come on, fetch quest chain into tail.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I wonder if the prince will have the tail, or will the fairy have it?
I did not happen to see how... I have not... Was that a ribbon I saw?
I don't know, I didn't see. Now we have Shiny Wrath heading towards Bahamut's lair to get his crystal.
We also do have XP. We also do have XP chests on. Now that ribbon in Bahamut's Horde is not the incentive ribbon.
I just saw a Pro Ring.
Pro Ring +3 in there too. That's a nice find. And that ribbon is a ribbon -3, but we don't care about that minus in there.
Yeah.
You don't wear the ribbon for the armor. You wear it for the resistances.
Yeah, and like the Pro Ring and Pro Cape, they resist death.
No, the Pro Cape does not. The Pro Cape is just something that mages can use as a shield. The Pro Ring is resist death. Now, most of these flags will have thief lockpicking on. Thief lockpicking is when the thief gets to a certain level, the thief functions as a key. Which, with me being team never thief, is pretty much the only use for a thief as far as I'm concerned. So we have people are going through things that we've already seen in other. Lockpicking is set to off, Odron.
Yep, so instead of having a certain level to unlock lock chests, you definitely need the key to get it.
You actually need the key. Even with that classic gamer, it's a worse version of the fighter. Less damage and less survivability. Herbie B walking over towards Provoca. And Shoom is headed towards Volcano or Ice. Ice. Shoom is making the play for Ice.
I will admit, this is gonna be very interesting. What will we see in the play of the Ice Cave?
Not sure. There is a shop item somewhere. We have not seen it yet. Ooh, nice cheap houses, though.
Definitely worth spending some money over.
I did not see how fast off of the hard reset the encounters are. Sonny, on the other hand, is making the play at Volcano. Knows there's a cube somewhere on the floor he's on.
Okay, for level 2, we got Bane, Quad X, and Lightning 3. That's for Black Magic for level 2. I was able to catch it real quick.
That is not a bad selection at level 2.
I just didn't catch... Sorry, go ahead.
Marsh is not incentivized.
Anyway, I didn't exactly catch the level 2 for White Mage. For the magic. Ooh, Gargoyle with Toxic. Ouch.
Oh, Toxic Gargoyles is hot garbage.
Yeah. At least it's not the whole poison damage bit.
Yeah, I mean at least it's not Death Touch. Because 8 hits.
Yeah, that would be a disaster in the making. Apparently, Sonny Wrath has gotten the cube.
Yep, Sonny picked up that cube and yes, I believe Pro Rings do not block Death Touch.
And
Herbie gets that canoe. Shoom headed for the party member store. gets his fighter and his black mage back up.
And it seems we got Fabian Hawk facing off against Team Rex, which will happen to be one of our flags as Team Stake.
Yes, Fabian Hawk getting that blue stake. Blue stake does crack that knight open though. So Fabian Hawk running Fighter Rainbow. Herbie B is running Fighter Oreo. Sonny is running Thief Red Black Nun. And Shoom was running Thief Fighter White Black. So nice variation in party composition here.
Now we have Shoom Bobby going towards Zarda, and what we get from Zarda is the tail. And from the ball, we have Opal -3.
So double dip Cardia confirmed.
Oh,
Did I just see an X-Cal?
I don't know, but I did see Quadex and Carry, which lights the first orb.
Oh, an X-Cal +5 out of Titans.
That's powerful.
Soft
Japani.
I don't believe you could, because wasn't the crystal turn in adamant, which led to the canoe?
Yes, it was. Yeah, crystal was an adamant turn in. Okay, we got the ruby from Ice now.
And that ruby will lead to Herbie to the tail, the promotion.
And X-Cal +5.
Yeah, and that X-Cal +5. Okay, I suspect Shoom is going to go up and turn that bottle in.
Mm-hmm.
There was that Lefane River Dock and the Gaia Mountain Pass that I was referring to earlier, and there's steak. There's steak for Shoom. Or find that incentivized. Shoom can find that incentivized massa as well.
It seems we have Davian Hawk doing the Orioles play.
Ordeals provides.
Mm-hmm.
That is an Opal Cheerio -3, I think.
Yeah, it is.
From the bottle.
Berry. But yeah, let's see what the damage is around these areas.
So, do you have a particular pattern you use when you're doing ordeals, Captain Nerd?
Not really. I just use my I usually use my little my own method, which was like trial by error. You know what I'm talking about?
I always use whichever one is fewer steps to get to first. So, like in that room Sonny was in, I always check the top first.
Yeah. I usually do trial by error until I get it right. Then, if that trial and error finally works and I go back to it, I could just
Oh,
do it.
Classic Gamer points out Frost Wolves with Quad X.
Ooh,
That's pleasant.
yeah, that probably hurts. But anyway, I usually do the whole trial by error
That's
method.
a loot. That's a loot in out of Lefane. That is one of the 2 items that Shum needs to complete Temple of Fiends.
Yep.
Complete Temple of Fiends Revisited. Now, to note, there are no loose items in this flag set.
Huh. Apparently we got like Fade for level 6, Life 2 for level 7.
I don't know that they'll have enough. I don't know that they'll get enough levels out to make those to get enough casts of those to be worth it.
Mm-hmm. I understand that. Well, it's starting to show us what spells are what level in Niflheim.
Okay, where is that? Where was that katana, Sofnum? Because I did not see it. I'm trying to look at 4 different screens. There's a coral sword +5, but I mean, we've got better. We've found better. That said, coral sword +5 is a real sword, and you can potentially use it as an endgame sword.
And for Morios, we got Master Moon +1.
It's katana +1. Given katana +1 vs mass moon +1, I'm going to be using the Massa every time.
Okay, now we got Herbie B facing off against Carrie.
And Shum eating some nachos. Oh, just say no to crack on those water elementals. And Shum's gonna hit waterfall. Let's see what he finds in there.
Okay, we got Feb hitting 127, 51 from Lightning 3. And here, and Herb hitting for like 50 something with a sword. Harm 4 for like 121, and Carrie is gone. And
we find a rod out of one of the out of the shop item in Omrak.
And that lights the fire orb on Carrie's side. On Herbie's side.
Yep, Herbie's got the fire orb lit. And Thavian... Looks like Thavian probably has that rod. So Hot Fuzz asking if there are any new tournaments getting started soon. There will be the Duckling Derby, as well as the Platy Party. If you are either a new or semi-experienced racer, the Duckling Derby will be starting up as we finish Duckling Boot Camp. This is the 3rd week of Duckling Boot Camp, and there are, I believe, 6. Herbie's gonna go turn in that Ruby. and then get the tail from Okay, Herbie's gonna go get the tail from Sarda. And maybe he's gonna go get that X-Cal +5. And that's TNT out of Waterfall. And yes, Herbie is going down to get those chests down here. Silver Shield, money, X-Cal +5, and more money. And especially when Herbie especially with picking up that tail at the same time, if I'm Herbie, I'm immediately going to Cardia and promoting.
Sorry about that, Herbie. I didn't see well enough.
And Sonny finds that blue stake. That blue stake is a very nice fight to take. And downs it. That's 5K. Sonny's in the got 16, 17 for his levels. That's not quite enough to win, but he is definitely getting there.
Well, now we have Herbie promoted his parties.
Yes, Herbie promotes. Sonny picks up that Opal -3. Shun gets that katana +1.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I saw the
Sonny's
katana.
gonna eat some steak.
I just noticed that katana. I didn't notice that. But I did notice the Master Moon +1 though.
And Herbie is not... Herbie was, I guess, looking for the desert grind? Question mark?
Actually, he's heading towards
Now he's headed towards Gaia, but walking through the desert. Oh, it's you're looking for one of the map edits that's not on the Highway to Ordeals.
yeah.
So there's two map edits that we have that are not on. One is the Highway to Ordeals, lets you walk from the Lefane area all the way over to Ordeals. And the other being Bridge to Lefane, which takes the where the bridge is and fills in that area to get you up to Matoya and Provoca, and moves the bridge over to the Peninsula of Power.
Oh, okay.
And that's a key for Shumbabi. That
Yeah.
TNT becomes the key. I'm thinking if I'm putting that wood set on the ninja. I'm putting that wood set on the ninja and going for full evasion tank.
Oh yeah. Alright, we got Lightning 3 on Carrie, and Carrie's down, and the fire orb is lit on Davian's side.
Well, this has not been the dumpster fire that last night's reveal stream was. But it's pretty decent. But it's a pretty decent dumpster fire.
Yeah, we'll have to admit that. And from the Elf Prince, we got the slab. on Irby's side.
All right. So that will lead Herbie. That will lead Herbie to translate the slab and turn that and go up to Lefane to pick up the loot.
Yep. Oh, while we're on the subject, if you see like the key items named differently, like nachos or like a tambourine, those are like part of
Yep.
the quality of life fun percent flags.
Yes, those are part of our fun percent flags. Fun enemy names, multi-instrumentalist Sarah, and lets you change what the Titan eats.
I always use the fun enemy names. That was one of my most favorite ones.
So, if you are in Sani's position, okay, he's turning in that crown. He's turning in that crown.
Quanex terminated for Astos.
And that crown becomes the Oxyale.
Which means we have a deep sea dive.
I'm guessing that the crown is... Yeah, I'm guessing that crown was Corneria locked. Which tells me that Chime is somewhere in C. And Shum is heading in there.
Now you were asking me a question about Sony?
I was gonna say, where do you go at this point if you're Sani?
Well, if I had something to say, I'd probably take a big risk and go towards the whole yeah.
Looks like Sani's doing ice, which is gonna get Ruby to tail.
But to answer your question, if I ended up getting the Chime in the cube, I'd be taking the risky dive into Sky.
Well, but we know that Chime. We know, but Sani doesn't know that Chime has to be in C.
And?
Oh, it's on the way. It's on the way. It's not even troll. It's not even a troll chest. It's not even on Sharknado. Not even on Sharknado floor, which is just disappointing.
It's pretty much on random right there.
That just makes me sad. That just makes me sad because I like trolley random chests. Trolley random incentive chests.
You know, there's really one thing that almost made me curious.
And what's that?
Mostly when Shum is in C, I have not seen any enemies that cause any dangerous chaos type mayhem, you know?
We know that water elementals have crack.
Well, now we got Kraken being faced by Shun. Right. Okay, we got 146 crit.
And that'll do.
And on Shubabi's side, the water orb is lit.
Because that's an XCal plus 5.
Oh yeah, the crit made 10,021. Was it?
And Thavian doing Earth.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had the rod. That was my fault.
They've been doing Earth and not taking the optimal path through the second floor. The optimal path through that second floor is to go in the middle. So to go one run, one level below the one he went through. And Sonny picks up that tail. Is Sonny going to check? Well, it doesn't really matter at this point, because Sonny's got a katana and a massa, and no knight.
Well, that's going to be an interesting, that's going to be an interesting fight for him.
Well, with the katana's got crit. The katana and the massa both have good damage and good crit.
Yeah, pretty much. And now we're on the vampire.
We have pre-speed bump. Pre-speed bump is gone. And Herbie's going to go in and do ordeals, find that katana and that massa.
And
Sonny's going to promote. And Shum and Thavian are both in Earth. They're both on Earth 3. Oh, that's Squint. That is Squint out of one of the undead packs. That's unfortunate.
oh yeah, that's right. That definitely does hurt though.
Yeah, I know, right, Classic Gamer? There was a vampire? It's pre-speed bump.
Yeah, Classic Gamer.
Not even a speed bump.
Vampire was a pre-speed bump. He was blocking the way towards Master Speed Bump himself.
And Fabian, now if you notice Shum on this floor, Shum is doing the most efficient path.
Ooh, Lich with poison.
Oh, damage poison from Lich. That is a thing.
And Lich is down by the red mage, which apparently the light Earth orb has been lit.
Okay. Sonny finds that chime. So Sonny is in full go mode, as is Shun. And Shun does not see that damage poison from Lich. Shun turn orders. And Melmond Hospitality is not turned on, unfortunately, for Thavian Hawk.
Yep.
Sonny is about to finish off C. Shum is, I believe, headed for Volcano. Yeah, Shum is going to be headed for Volcano.
Now Davian has now been promoted.
Yes, Cube was in Volcano. Cube is in Volcano Armory. And yes, Shum is headed into Volcano. We'll get the cube, and then... Okay, Sonny's going to look at the... Life 2 is Red Mage learnable, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, by the way, if I understand that Davy and Hawk actually beaten Carrie.
I don't recall.
If that was the case,
He's
then
got the
why?
cube. He probably has.
Yeah, because
And
I didn't see
Sonny
the.
headed into. Sonny
Sorry,
headed
go
into
ahead.
Sky, Sky, Sky. As we all know, Sky provides.
Yep, because the chest there is a vanilla.
Yes, the chest in there is a vanilla. That will be. What does that need to be? What will that have to be? That will be a ribbon. That will be that ribbon that we have not seen. Incentive ribbon. Vorpal is the paper cut sword is not incentivized in these flags.
Which means it's not going to be in the seed anyway.
And we have already found actual weapons, so no one will have to use the Vorpal.
Yeah, it would be pointless anyway.
It will be in the seed, just no one's going to look for it. As well, they should not. Sonny's going to pick up that incentive ribbon.
I think that's 2 ribbons so far.
Yes. The one from wherever else we found it. And that one. Well, okay, I'll give you that flower power. You can Dragon Port. You can throw it out the window at Sky. You can throw it out the window in Sky Palace. Then it might actually do some damage to something. Let's see if Sonny runs into our patrolling Warmac. And Shum has successfully taken Carrie out and is about to head for
air.
There is a warp, and Sonny is making the trip to McDonald's. Hey Warmac, stop skipping leg day.
Whew, that's some damage from Warmac.
Well, the mech will do that. And Shum finds some steak and wings, but I am more interested in Sonny Rath's trip to McDonald's. Okay, that is one of the flags that we have turned on. And that will pretty much do for Sonny Rath for levels on this seed. He is mid-20s on all characters. That is a patrolling Warmac. That is a flag set that is one of the flags. Yes, it is visible. The other time you can fight a Warmac is when Warmac is Unleash. Warmac Unleashed is an interesting flag because Warmac Unleashed, you can not when it's patrolling and not when it is required. You can fight it multiple times in vanilla if that happens to be the way the encounter table rolls. And you can fight it multiple times in Warmac Unleashed.
It seems that Crown is Canaria locked. Because Davian has obtained the crown.
And Sonirath making his way across the Bridge of Destiny. Shum about to make his way into Sky.
And now we got
Sonirath
Tiamat.
pulls Tiamat.
Okay, Braxstrat on Tiamat.
And cheeky
Tiamat.
Braxstrat's work.
Yep, that's air. The air orb is lit on Sonirath's side. And now we have Shumbabi getting his ribbon minus 3.
And Sonny gonna make that gonna head over towards Earth. Herbie trying to find the Herbie looks like trying to find the shop item. As we know, it is in on-rack. And yes, Maple, you are correct. In the vanilla game, the only place Wormack can appear is on the Bridge of Destiny. Let's see if Shum finds that patrolling Wormack.
And Herbie now has the crown.
Shum does not. Shum is not heading to McDonald's. Sonny in Earth. Sonny is in full-on go mode.
And now we have Herbie face off against Asta. And Asta's already been defeated by 250 damage from the Knight. And he gains the Oxyale.
Meanwhile, Shum has terminated Tiamat.
And that's all 4
and
orbs
has
been
levels and is in the low 20s for levels.
Oh, by the way, sorry
Fabian
for
finds that
interrupting.
shine.
Which says Shum has the right to go towards Tia Topher.
Yes, Shum can enter Topher. And I believe he is going to pick up some spells. He's going to pick up that Life 2. And pick up some housing and probably refill potions.
Yeah, restocking potions would probably be a good idea. I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
I am of the opinion that you never go into Topher without 99 heal pots.
I agree with that.
But I know there are people that will. Sonny finds that damage poison off a lich.
Brack. Broken into pieces. Goodbye, Kraken. And Water Orb has been lit on Davian's side.
Fabian successfully brackens a Kraken. Fabian is in go mode. Shum enters Temple of Fiends at about 47 minutes.
In
Sonny
40 seconds at least. Sorry.
Sonny is refilling those heal pots. And headed to Topher himself. And Sonny into Topher at about 48-10. Oh, Blizzard Zombie D's. That's unfriendly.
Wall green dragons. Not nice.
Wall doesn't do anything against stab. And Sonny gets through the loot plate. Finds those Blizzard Zombie D's.
And now we have Herbie going after Crack.
Herbie looking to bracken a Kraken. Boom on the earth floor. And Sonny makes it out of that Blizzard Zombie D fight. And Shoom through Speed Bump 2.
And Herbie has knocked out Kraken, which lights the water orb on his side.
Sonny on earth floor. Shoom about to pull a carry too. Shoom pulls carry 2. Shoom on a carry 2. Sonny on a speed bump 2. And that'll do carry 2 for Shoom. Shoom and Sonny on the same floor. Although Shoom is now into sea floor.
Yeah, and he just faced off against the all-you-can-eat seafood platter, which he ran from.
And there is Shoom running into those cracked waters, but not seeing crack out of them.
Bingo.
Oh, toxic and lit 2 on those gargoyles.
Ouch. Commentator's curse, please. It's more like commentator's unluckiness. Maple.
And Sonny now on water floor. Now on the early part of water floor as Shoom clears Kraken 2.
And now Shoom is on the air floor, where he goes after Tia 2.
And 4 for 334. Ooh, nuclear on Tia 2.
Yeah, that hurts.
Temple of Fiends Revisited is the great equalizer.
504, Tia 2 is down on Shoom's side.
Tia 2 down. Shoom about to head for Chaos.
What do you think Chaos will pull at this point?
I don't know. We really haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough out of the Fiends, out of the other Fiends. We have not really seen anything nasty from the refight. Anything else nasty from the refights or from the chicken. Sonny about to pull, and Sonny pulls Tia 2. Shoom just about to pull Chaos. And yes, Chaos could be extremely rude.
Alright, let's see what he pulls. Team up with Rub and Nuclear. Chaos with Stop.
Oh, that is not fun.
Yes, but
The only
they're
one-
unaffected by it.
One of the only ones that's worse to see is Low 2. And Thavian about to head in. Thavian heading into Temple of Fiends Revisited at 53.55. Donnie and Shum both on Chaos at the same time.
Bane on Chaos.
Cheeky Bane strats from Shum.
Boy, Chaos is really bulky right now.
Well, Chaos is beefy.
923, Chaos is down.
That will clear at 540 or 50. That will clear Chaos for Shum and Sonny. So our first runner to finish is not on stream. It is Dead Pulse at 48.56. Guardian Marcus at 54.06. Shum Bobby at 54.39 and Sonny Wrath at 54.48. And GG to you, Shum.
Thank you, thank you.
And GG to you, Sonny.
Thank you.
So, double dip Cardia confirmed.
I am guilty about that every time Cardiodox is on. I mean, even if it wasn't required, which I think this one was.
Well,
Yeah, this one was required in order to get the canoe.
yeah, Cardia was required to get the canoe. I mean, you didn't necessarily have to go back, but...
When I have an XCal plus 5, I'm going back.
When I have
when you have an
plus
XCal
one, I'm
plus-
going back.
When you have an XCal plus 5 or a Katana plus 1, yeah, you're pretty much going back.
This was,
Or when you find a Dragon Armor plus something early.
I wish I had fallen into that one.
Not something that I saw on this seed, but that would be another example of a time you would go back.
Now I saw the whole toxic gargoyles, the Oreos. Man, that was a real doozy.
Oh, toxic gargoyles, crack water elementals.
Yeah, I didn't see those crack waters until Topher, so that was kind of a bit scary. But I am glad I went back for life.
You and me both. I didn't see the crack waters until Gopher. That was terrifying.
That was kind of unfriendly.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa. I did not see that happen, but boy, that was a little entertaining.
And Classic Gamer in the chat asks who rolled this. That would be me.
I mean, all in all, the way the progression worked on the scene, it really wasn't too bad. And on top of that, I kind of orphaned Ice for way too long.
The hint giver told us that Ruby was going to be in ice, so I kind of prioritized that because I know Sarda usually gives progression.
I didn't even do Ice until the end. I didn't check any of the hint givers.
Yeah, I tried talking to most of them. Once I noticed that was on, I figured that was a very duckling-friendly flag. So the ducks, if you're not used to doing that, like definitely talk to hint givers because that really helps with routing. I think there were a lot of good options for routing purposes in this one because you did kind of have to go all over the map anyway. But in general, I think it steers you down a pretty reasonable path, knowing where certain items are.
Yeah, I will say I am absolutely not used to hint givers.
Neither
I'll-
am I.
I
was
never
gonna
run
say,
with them
I'll-
on when
I'll
I
1000%
build
agree.
flags.
Yeah, I'll 1000% agree with what you said, Shun. Just because the hint givers in and of themselves, if you can remember that they're on, they make your routing so much more smooth as a whole.
And even when I have had them on and have tried to use them, I've usually ended up getting like the Dr. Une 299 gold piece for translating slabs, or the Zonk hints early. Like, I don't even know where the hint givers are in Gaia or Lefane or Onrank.
Lefane, if you watch me back, you'll see it's on the opposite side of where the slab is. So it's his mirror image. Gaia would be the witch next to the item shop, and Onrak is actually just north of the submarine.
Oh.
So there are hint givers in all the towns, and I think if you hover over the tooltip with the question mark on the randomizer site, it actually does give you little pictures for where they all go.
Ouch.
It gives you the picture for the one in Canaria, and then, yeah, it cycles through all of them.
Well, Thavian's gonna man mode chaos.
Yep. He only has his knight left. If he can man mode chaos, I'd be surprised right now.
If he picked up that ruse on the night, he could get through this. This chaos wasn't outrageous.
It's just beefy. Just a little beefy.
Oh yeah, he was completely beefy. 253.
4 for 168. I don't know that the massive is the right choice on here, Matt. Possibly the XCal plus 5 was the better choice.
400. Nuke! Ouch! Right on the dot. Whew.
Well, maybe Thavian will have a little better luck.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Anyway,
Herbie B is headed for Topher.
yeah, you didn't exactly see that, show.
Yeah, you didn't see it, Shun. You killed Chaos before he could get there. And I mean, Thavian's levels are a little low.
It could be used to be. They can probably go a little bit higher for that one.
And Herbie B and Thavian Hawk are just about exactly even.
Yep, I can see that. Because they're matching each
But they are
other's.
They are not at the same place in the encounter table.
I can see that, because Herbie is facing off against Chimeras and Chimeras.
Well, they're not getting encounters at the same place.
True.
So they're not in the same. So they're not the same place in the encounter table.
Yeah, it looks like Herbie hard reset here.
Yeah, I think Herbie is on the hard reset, and Thavian I think is off of the soft reset from his chaos dive. Well, I mean, Kraken 2 did Kraken 2 things.
You mean Kraken 2 was mean?
Yeah, Kraken 2 punched out some healers.
Yikes.
And both Herbie B and Fabian Hawk on Earth floor. So I am a big fan of going into Topher off of the hard reset if I know where the first couple encounters are.
I
Or
find that it's less about the distance to the encounter and more about if I have to redive Topher because I take a late wipe, I know if I wanted to hard reset through easy encounters again, or if, like, for example, if I wiped on this Tia or Chaos here, I'm not hard resetting again because those waters are scary.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my chances with not.
The waters are scary, the zombie Ds are scary. So it makes sense to not hard reset and take the chance on being in a different space, a different place in the encounter table. And Herbie and Fabian both on carry 2. Herbie gets carry 2 down. Finds the seafood party platter. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Did Fabian not pick up Temper?
I don't notice. I didn't notice.
He probably just want to get through so fast, he probably didn't even bother.
And there's those cracked waters. Oof, and more of those cracked waters. But Herbie manages to get away from him.
We now have Fabian running into the seafood platter.
And oh, Fabian is out of life twos. That is unfortunate.
Ouch. Kraken just took out one of Herbie's black mages.
Yeah, well, here we are. Herbie, here we are. Kraken messed up. Hey, Kraken, you done messed up, Ron.
Now apparently we had Tia 2 with nuclear.
Yes, Tia 2 opens up with nuclear, but Herbie B's got Tia 2 down.
Let's see if
finds that arm goal fight. And makes it to Chaos floor.
Let's see if Herbie can do better than how Davian did.
Drops the fighter back to third position, which is where you want it. Which is where you want it for a potential crit loop.
Alright.
Oh, Fabian successfully bracked Kraken 2.
Looks like 9 for 561. Tim for 678. Faith for 94.
And
Looks like Tim for
Fabian-
800 something.
Fabian is through Tier 2. And
Now he hits for
Rattled
1138.
Herbie B defeats Kraken 2. We have a couple more finishers. Ale Markin finished with an official time of 58:37. Ravioli 500 with an official time of 1 hour 46 seconds. And Herbie B with an official time of 1:08:45.
Boy, those really interesting runs.
So final thoughts on the seed, Shum and Sani.
I felt it was pretty straightforward. Last night I reached out to Saracen because I was toying around with maybe helping out with the boot camp video on this, and he told me it was floaterless, and so I shied away from that one. But I slept on it and decided to jump in on this Monday race, and I'm kind of glad that I did. It's nice to see some familiar faces and some new faces, and just be part of race night again. And this particular seed was a nice kind of in between on what floaterless could be in terms of the speed. If you look at, like, go watch Deadpool's back, because that 48 minutes is flying without an airship. And and it's just, it had some hiccups along the way, but otherwise it was a nice one to learn on.
Whew. Dang, Nuke took out the red wizard.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it is Dead Pulse, so.
Whew. And the Black Mage has been stunned. And Chaos was hit for like 8 hits for like 218.
Well, I mean, at this point, the fighter is the relevant character on Thavian's side.
Faith for 150. 8 hits for 902. He hits for 477.
And that's Dead Black Mage, and Thavian does not have lives yet.
109 damage.
That will
Chaos
do
is
it.
done.
Nice terminated from the fade.
And Thavian finishes with an official time of 1:11:22. Welcome, Thavian. GG to you, sir.
If it weren't for Bracken, Kraken, and Kraken 2, I would feel so horrible about this race. I just did not menu and...
From what we were seeing, you ended up forgetting about picking up Temper.
Yeah, I kind of zoned Temper, and then I realized, wow, I didn't even look for the power bonk. I just kind of went go, and yeah, that did not help. Of course, wiping in Toph on my first dive, or Topher on my first dive, had nothing to do with that. That was just getting owned. I took some extra fights on the way down on the second to try and get more, experience on my party.
Yeah, that first Toph wipe was Kraken 2 doing Kraken 2 things.
Yeah, well, I got revenge. I got a second Brack.
And given the MDef on Kraken 2, that is impressive. Your thoughts on the seed, Sani? Since we had Shum, but
I was gonna let the interviews finish happening before I gave overall final thoughts.
Good enough. So how'd those so double dip Cardia? GG to you, Herbie B. Well raced.
Yep, GG.
You've got your mic on mute, Herbie.
Maybe on those crack waters were disgusting.
Yeah, especially since I don't think I recall seeing the pro rings. I mean, I picked up a ribbon loose and got the incentive ribbon out of Sky and one pro ring, so I wasn't without protection. But I also had the trolls that trolled me early, which was really not fun.
What did the troll have?
Some form of instant kill, and I was glad I didn't deal with it in Earth when I dove that, but I forgot to save going to Crescent and wiped all the way out and had to go all the way across the sea again.
Davion, would you like to know where the pro rings were?
Where were the pro rings? I knew where the gold bracelets were, but I never went back for them.
In the same place as Temper, Melmond.
The city I more or less faded for all but one spell, I think.
Well, there's also a power ring in the Dragon's Horde.
I got that one.
Yeah, there was the free one in the Dragon's Horde, so I mean that saved about 11,000 gold.
I mean, of course, Pro Ring doesn't help against crack.
True.
Because it's Earth Elemental.
Either way, the incentive ribbon in Sky plus the ribbon that came loose was very nice.
Definitely needed that ribbon at the end there. The folks that didn't have it kept getting killed on the water floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to wonder how many other people went one and done in ice by checking that right side box and exiting out.
Yeah, that's what I did. What was missed by doing that?
I mean, that's exactly what I did. Is I went over and grabbed that right side box, and I was out.
Yeah, with the hint giver saying that the rod was in volcano and the the ruby was in ice, I figured I'd route volcano to ice and then go to Melman Continent to deal with Sarda and Earth, and I just missed Temper.
The cube was in Volcano.
Oh, Cube was in volcanoes. I remember it was one or the other.
No, Rod was the shop item in on-ramp.
Yeah, I think I triple dipped on rack because I did waterfall hoping the Oxio was there, picked up the rod there. My routing could have been 250% better this entire race.
I feel that way every time I race.
Especially forgetting that the dock for Lefane was a water dock, not an actual dock, which is why I went all the way there and then went, oh, I guess I'm going to Cardia instead.
Yeah. River to Lefane, or River Dock Lefane, and I do love these map edits. I think the map edits are fun, especially with floaterless.
I think they are fun too. I think they give you they force you to have better routing, right? I mean, if you have the airship, it's kind of easy, right? You can. But when you don't, you ended up always getting stuck on the other side and be like, oh, now I've got to loop all the way around. So that happened a lot of times.
Yeah.
I think one of the hidden benefits of those map edits is that because of the kind of forced awkward routing and to be better at it, you wind up finding your thresholds for late dungeons much earlier, right? So you recognize, like, maybe I can survive Sea Shrine at level 13, or go into Sky at 15 and be okay with that. And it's something that I think a lot of people kind of just gloss over because veterans are kind of used to it. But again, really, really good flag set for the Ducks to learn on here.
Did anyone take a thief to equip that katana to, or was it just sitting in everyone's inventory?
Hi, thief player over here.
Yeah, I always take a thief at this point.
Fair enough.
I feel I almost always take a thief, but with the fighter with the plus luck, right? It just, I don't know. I'm like, well, I don't know. It just, and without the thief lock picking, I ended up not taking a thief.
I might have actually brought the thief on this flag set on this particular seed because of Wood Adept.
So, I mean, yes, you have Wood Adept, but at the same time, you get that plus agility just because of the extra class flags that are turned on. So that extra agility definitely brings a lot more leverage for grabbing a thief. Wood Adept in and of itself was extremely nice because bonus evasion, you basically don't ever have to cast any invis spell, and it causes everything to really balance out to where your thief in and of itself, if you do end up getting all of the pieces of the wood set, just becomes unhittable unless it's crit.
Yeah, I would have seriously considered running thief, fighter, white, black in this with these with these particular blessings.
Yeah, for me, I felt like it was, I don't know, I feel like I've, especially with the lock picking bin that's been on, I feel like I've been taking thieves, and I wanted to try to, I don't know, maybe this wasn't the seed to do it, but I tried breaking out of my comfort zone a little bit, right, and not just counting on it. But so if anything, it may not have been the right seed, but it was, I don't know, I thought it was a different run for me than what I've been used to.
Well, and that's part of the Duckling Derby is for people to learn how to run party comps they're not necessarily familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always good to break out of your comfort zone. I wouldn't entirely say that the seed was not one to break out of your comfort zone in, because with how friendly it was as a whole outside of the end game, it definitely helped a lot with doing that.
Yeah,
Well,
it was a lot of fun.
it was a lot of fun to commentate as well. Um, so let's roll up some final thoughts. Shoom's already done some.
Yep, I mean, just all of what I said before, and also thank you to the race crew for getting this going, and thank you to RPG Limit Break for hosting. But otherwise, I look forward to doing more Monday night races with everybody and watching how this Duck Derby progresses.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny?
I haven't been in the racing scene for a year and a half at this point, and coming back has been very nice. Shoom, that was a tight finish too. So well played on that. Herbie, Fabian, you both are doing extremely well. Herbie, I know I've raced you a few times at pickup races, and I can definitely see how much you're improving as it stands. So just keep it up. And Fabian, I haven't raced you enough yet to know exactly how much you've improved, but I can definitely tell there are improvements that you've been making. You guys will get into your groove, and you both will be forces to be reckoned with, and I look forward to that.
Herbie?
Yeah, no, I appreciate the race crew, and thank you for those words. Right, it's, I mean, just the whole boot camp has been great, right? So it's just been really great to be racing frequently, right, between the pickup races and, right. I just think there's a great opportunity to see what folks are doing. I feel like I'm not the only one that's watching the races afterwards to see what other people are doing that I'm not doing, right? And just the community has just been amazing, right? So I'm excited for the Derby upcoming.
And Fabian?
Yeah. Thanks for the crew as always. RPG Ludic, as said before, and definitely the word Sonny Rath. It's great to join up and enjoy these races, and I'm definitely, as Herbie B is gonna say, is gonna rewatch this seed to see how everyone else raced it. just that variety, knowing how the thief might have made a difference and the like. Is this a learning experience?
Captain Nerd?
And not much final thoughts for me. It's more like, gotta watch out when you roll those C's. It's gonna be a mess in here.
It can be a mess. I mean, it's not as bad as some that I've seen, but it's always an adventure. You always gotta watch out for who's gonna have that death touch or who's gonna have that awful script. It looked to be pretty. I mean, it looked to be mostly straightforward routing, um, which one of the reasons I love Floaterless and I love the map edits is that it does give a lot of more options for routing. Um, so, on behalf of our trackers, Sofnum and Maple, thank you much for tracking. Our restreamer FlowerPower718 and Captain Nerd 2 alongside me in the booth. I have been DM Stewart 1981. Good night, everybody.